Yeah, it really has been cathartic to talk about it. I'm kind of finding out new elements about the match as we go. So it's especially because it's a match I kind of ran from for so many years and didn't not want to talk about. And then after a while, I guess in the same way like Adam West finally came to terms with the fact that he was Batman. You know, like I know there have been some other actors who've been like kind of pigeonholed and feel like want to be known for more than just that one thing. And then after a while, you're like, maybe this isn't the worst thing to be known for. You know, so yeah, it has been really cathartic, and I can honestly say these have been the most fun shows and the best shows that I've done.
I hate to be so extreme in saying it, but it's almost likening it to the to where it's like the JFK assassination. Where were you when that happened? It's like, where were you when Mick Foley got thrown off the Hell in a Cell? Because for wrestling fans, I mean, yes, we had seen ECW at that point. We had seen the Attitude Era starting to take shape and see some more, more barbaric elements being added in. Obviously, if you're a tape trading fan, you saw all the crazy stuff going on in Mexico and in Japan. But to watch that for the first time live, and I remember watching it on pay-per-view in New Jersey and seeing you take that infamous leap. I mean, just from a fan standpoint, the ooh that came out of the crowd, unbelievable. I got to ask this, as you're in the air and as you're looking to hit that mark there, what is going through your head as you're about to hit that table?
It's funny. I talk in the show. I only cursed once in the entire show. It's like an hour. It's like a 2-hour show with Q&A and everything, and I cursed one time. But it turns out that I think in curses, and that's all I was doing was dropping F-bombs to myself before, after, during, and after that entire. What the blank was I thinking? You've got to be blanking kidding me. And I was so glad when Jericho's book came out, A Lion's Tale, and he talked about wanting to do something from the top, but he went up there earlier in the afternoon, which I didn't do, or otherwise we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. And he said the people down below look like ants. He said, I'm not exaggerating. They look like ants. And I thought to myself, that's exactly what they look like. So if I could have thought of a graceful way to climb down that cell structure without ruining my career, I believe I would have done it.
And it was obviously not a many Hell in a Cell matches going on at that point in '98. Obviously, the Shawn Michaels Undertaker one from Bad Blood the previous October was the biggie. And for that to kind of like literally trounce and stomp on what that match had done, because Shawn Michaels took a bump from holding on to the cell and through a table, and it was like you were falling off the Empire State Building compared to what that looked like. And I know you've said it many times watching that match. You thought about, what is it that you could do differently? When you look back and you put the two against each other, even though that's only about 6-7 months before, do you feel as if, that bump that you took may have overshadowed the Shawn Michaels one? Because at that point, too, Michaels falling from that height, that was a big deal in '97.
All right. Well, the match that he had with Undertaker is still, to me, the best cell match we've ever seen, there's ever been. And I wasn't worried about overshadowing it. I was just trying to live. I was just trying not to embarrass myself, So I go into some detail. I mean, I don't want to have a conversation that tells the entire show to everyone. And I should mention those tickets in Buffalo are going fast, man. We've got words getting around, and it's actually taken a lot of pressure off my shoulders as far as having to do morning radio and things like that. So if this interests you, go out there and get them, because they will be gone. And people are like, they sold out so fast. I'm like, they've been on sale for 5 months. So if this interests people, please go out and get them, because this show will sell out. Phoenix is not going to sell out. I'll be honest. Boston is probably not going to sell out. Buffalo will, and probably within a week or so. But so I don't want to get into the whole. I don't want to give away the whole whole show to you guys. I got to leave something up to the imagination.
And of course, that is buffalo.heliumcomedy.com for tickets. And I got to mention this because you were talking about elements of the match and different things coming up. Jim Ross's commentary on that match has become almost like a thing unto its own. People attach it to so many different things. You ever just look at that and be like, that's crazy. Jim Ross is now like mainstream because of what he said in our match, which was totally real and totally authentic.
Yeah, we're kind of tied at the hip because of that night. and it's gone on to be part of pop culture. And I don't know if there's ever been a rout in any sporting event where someone hasn't thrown up the meme when someone stopped the damn match. You know, it's really added so much to that match, and I think it's the most powerful ways to experience the cell match is without watching it all. You just listen to JR's commentary. It's really extraordinary, and JR didn't know what was going to unfold that night. He's such a pro that he undoubtedly would have come up with something great, but you know, that spur of the moment call, I'll put it up there with anything I've ever heard in sports history. You know, I've said that in my book in '99. You know, you can have Do You Believe in Miracles or the Giants win the pennant. In my mind, you know, he's been, with God as my witness, he's been broken in half as good as anything I've ever heard anywhere.